CringePony TV Season 2 Episode 8 is starting now. So get those children to bed, grab yourself an adult beverage or 7, kick back, and enjoy the world's greatest MMO variety show as we plunge into the world of MMO culture with the highest grade of cringe on the market today. And don't forget that CringePony TV is completely funded by your generous donations. Use your super chat powers to get us to goal tonight for 3 bonus cringe at the end of the episode. And then kick back and chat with us live about the show in our after party beating a dead pony. Now, here we go!
I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna jump!
Don't jump off cliffs no more.
Oh my gosh, that hurt! When I smashed into the dirt, got blood on my shirt. My face got all bloody, my pants got all muddy. I don't want to jump off cliffs no more.
You took fall damage. You was at disadvantage when you hit those rocks on the way down.
I think I get it now. Falling off of cliffs hurts.
That's right, little Timmy. Jumping off of cliffs is a really bad idea. You could break your face or even your kneecaps. So don't do it anymore, okay?
Okay, I won't.
Falling off, it hurts, it stings, it breaks, it tears, it crushes, it smashes, it aches, it wounds, it maims, it burns, it scars, it kills.
I thought it would be fun, but now I'm done. I won't jump off the cliffs no more.
No more, no more. Don't jump off cliffs no more. Don't you do it, 'cause I love you, Timmy.
I think my leg's dislocated. I wish I wouldn't have participated. How could I have anticipated that my head would get rotated?
Falling off, it hurts, it stings, it breaks, it tears, it crushes, it smashes, it aches, it wounds, it maims, it burns, it scars, it kills.
My face got all bloody, my pants got all muddy. I don't want to jump off cliffs no more.
You took fall damage. You was at disadvantage when you hit those rocks on the way down.
And now I know, and now I really do know, really, really do know, that jumping off the cliffs does hurt.
Well, it looks like you've learned a valuable lesson today, little Timmy. Jumping off the cliffs really, really hurts. Bad.
It's a new year. It's time to make some changes in my life. I'm gonna start the Donnie Doodles extreme workout and get myself back in shape. I'm not gonna drink as many Coca-Colas. I'm gonna only play the best MMOs. No more peeing in cups and pooping in socks. This time I use the real bathroom like a grown-up. I'm gonna make it to max level on P99 with my paladin. Awesome. Pantheon is gonna go into alpha this year. Hey, wait! You can't make resolutions for other people? What? That's stupid. I'm doing it anyway, yes. As a matter of fact, that's the most important one. Pantheon is going into alpha this year. That's my resolution. Forget about the others. No, don't do that! You are unlocking the power of the New Year resolutions! It's too much power! I pull forth the power of the New Year resolution and demand that Pantheon go into alpha this year! it's too late?
I am the spirit of New Year resolution. Do you understand the amount of cosmic energy it will take for us ancients to grant you this resolution, mortal?
Take it back! Don't do it! Don't do it! I do!
We would devour your soul for such power, mortal. I call forth the power of the stars of all the heavens and replace your life for Alpha.
I am proud to announce Alpha starting on December 31st. CringePony TV is completely funded by you. Please consider using your super chat by clicking the money sign icon in chat and dropping a few bucks to help fund future episodes. If we hit gold tonight, there will be 3 bonus cringes at the end of the episode. So please consider donating to the show tonight with super chat or by joining the channel. And remember, every dollar feeds a puppet for a day. Thank you for keeping CringePony on the air. Oh my goodness, merchandise for your favorite CringePony TV characters is here. Plantman, MMO Cop, and more. The link to the Napalm loot store is in the description, so go see if there is some cringe gear just for you. Donnie Doodles got into the Christmas spirit, but then, when deciding to do an exercise outside, he passed out into the cold winter snow. But then, he was spotted by the infamous Cannibal Dad. Find out what happens tonight on Donnie Doodles.
Oh, hello there! It's me, Donnie Doodles! Looks like I've been captured by some kind of serial killer, but I'm not gonna let that stop me from my workout. We're gonna get extreme today. So even if you've been captured and you can't free yourself from a serial killer, don't let that stop you. First, we're gonna work on our leg routine. We're gonna use this as our levitation point. Get that leg up there. And then we're gonna do some biceps. Oh, wow. Looks like somebody's coming. Let's see if we can get some more workout opportunities from this situation.
Oh my gosh, is that Donnie Doodles? Okay. Hold on a minute. Is that our basement? What's that noise?
Well, serial killer is gnawing on your leg. That's a good time to get in some extreme workouts. All right, what you want to do is while he's chewing on your leg, do a little twist. All right, we're gonna twist the other way. So you're already tensing up with extreme pain of being eaten alive. Now it's time to do some squats. All right, it's a great time to do some push-ups on the wall here. Here we go. 1 and 2. Work it out, gals. Work it out. 4, 5. Oh man, I'm actually glad I got kidnapped by a serial killer. This is some extreme workouts.
Dad?
Got a download of your stream and binge watching by the door. There's beans and eggs all faded and it's looking pretty warm. See the videos that I made silhouetted in the back. They say old MMOs are dead, but man, they're really coming back. I need to be the best tank on the team. As long as I get to log in live and then get to stream. Alpha isn't too far away. Closer to it every day. No matter what the YouTubers say. I love the way you play and the grouping in your game. There's banger roots inside you like it's EverQuest true. When I came home late at night and the wife's in bed asleep, I see your icon on my desktop, click it so I can feel you free. I do need to be a paladin, and you know I'll always be your biggest fan. Alpha isn't too far away. Closer to it every day. No matter what the YouTubers say, we'll find our game. Yeah.
We're Hibernians and we're best when we fight. With magic the nature is our birthright. We consider your barbarous ways our blight, and surely we will show you our great might. True beauty in our rolling hills and our trees. You can feel the menagerie in every breeze. We summon forth ancient spells to freeze. Dem hibbies will have you down on your knees.
We are Norse and no use for stability. Come raise your blade, learn about our hostility. Our winters and rough glamour will crush your LZI stammer. No use for fancy words or glamour, me cause you beneath me hammer.
You're sick, deprived and a low IQ, and I think your troll brain is missing a screw. You think we're your hat, but Eden's anew, and there you'll meet my entire fungus crew. Our skin is harder than the bark or the root. We'll wrap you in vines to end the dispute. You'll be mesmerized when our bard plays his lute. Your entire genealogy is nothing but fruit. Look on our land of rolling hills and plains. There is great power in every seed, every grain. If you don't believe me, I will show you the pain. You can't even comprehend it with your little troll brain.
No mercy, makes up the mic, no exit makers, bring the fight, dead hens let their bodies rot, dead hens leave them as an afterthought.
We're the whips that are combs to lightning. I see him scatter cause we are frightening. War in the frontiers is hiding. We'll smash our heads while you're in lightning. While you hug a tree, we're cracking skulls in glee. So frolic in the grass, if you please. I need fearful Frenchies.
Rank the keep that we took. The smell of your Vikings had a hurricane shook. Your Norsemen are all dead if you'd only just look. Maybe you should open a book. Island of nature and beauty and spells. On this whole earth we have no parallels. With wonder and sights all built by the elves. We don't want your Midgard because it all smells. Run through the trees and we'll clash with our steel. We'll defend all our lands with the utmost of zeal. We refuse to give up or take any deal. To our great might, the other realms kneel.
See this hammer on my back, me and you and it's a crack. Your ranger looking for track while we took all our geeks back. Watch all the hippies die and fall. See how my hammer maul. Hurricane so cute and small. Smash their face and ducky wall. Can you hear the middle call? Born to fight, born to brawl. We got your relic, having a ball with the might of Thorin's curtain call. Join the might or perish in the war as soon as your great boats come ashore. Finger paint with elvish gore, with the strength of the majestic boar. Comes in the wrath of oak and thorn. You stand back up and I'll give you more. We'll smash and crush till your lines are sore. Your nature magic don't make me.
Avery games and gym store cash shops. And I hate to craft and gather too. Boo-hoo. And I don't like a thing about sci-fi. No. And I hate gender locks too. And I hate everything that is new. Everything that is new. And I don't like a thing about your fractured. And I hate like desert's guts too. Boo-hoo. And I don't like a thing about you, so no. Cause I think raids are overrated too. And I get sick when I play. I can't stand to have to play. I hate everything that is new. Everything that is new. Everything that is new. Everything that is new. Some say I got a bad attitude, but that don't change the way I feel about new. And if you think this might be bringing me down, well, look again, cause I ain't wearing no frown. Go! I know everybody knows the way it comes, the way it's gonna go. You think it's sad? Well, that's too bad. 'Cause I'm having a ball, never cared a thing about new. Everything that is new. Everything that is new. I get sick when I have to play. I can't stand to have to play. I hate everything that is new.
And the winner of the 2009 Lifetime Achievement Award and a trip to Cancun, Mexico. He assisted in apprehending an international weapons dealer, discovering a new species of bird, and for research in biochemical waste in local sewers. Sherman Daniels! Sherman, we love you! Sherman Daniels, you're the best! Oh my goodness. I can't believe I was nominated. I just want to thank my mom, my roommate, and my anus. I know that sounds really bizarre, but just listen to me. There's something I really want to tell you about. One time, when I was a little kid, I was having trouble using the bathroom, and so my mom took me to the doctor because my butthole was itching and burning, and I couldn't stop scratching it. So anyway, when I got to the doctor, my doctor told me that my rectum was loose, but that I would be okay. He just said that I should probably not be scratching and playing with it so much. So I went to the grocery store with my mom later that day, and I know this is gonna sound really bizarre, but suddenly So, anyway, that's pretty much how it all happened, and I just want to say thank you.
Bastard, I choose you! I want the box turtle! No! I want the frog! No! I choose the salamander! Oh no! I'd like to get my Pokemon! I'm gonna be the best Pokemon trainer in the world! Believe it! Oh no! They're not gonna have any Pokemon left for me! I really want that new Pokemon! But free Pony, you can't pass that up. Sexy Cheerleaders Volume 4, here I come! Seems like I'm forgetting about something. Oh no! I forgot about my Pokemon! I'm right here! No, you're Steven Spielberg. I'm here. For my Pokemon. I've thought a lot about it, and I want Box Turtle! Sorry, we'd be all out of turtles. Alright then, I'd rather have Salamander! Sold out! Fine then, I'll just take the stupid frog! If I can't have any Pokemon, I'll see you in hell! You crazy man, put that gun down! Oh joy! Finally, my very own Pokemon! Domestic house cat! We're gonna be best friends! Okay, off to a rough start. Domestic house cat, I'm gonna train you to be the best. Let's battle. My first Pokemon battle. I won't lose. Your first Poke battle, huh? Domestic house cat, I choose you!
Get out of there and fight!
Grizzly bear attack!
Domestic house cat return!
Going a little fast back there, weren't you? Sheriff McDouche! Sir, I'm gonna need to go home. I'm feeling kinda sick. You look fine to me, and we really need you to work today. Alright, you're a little sick, but I still think you could work. Alright, you're obviously too sick to work. Go home.
Well, looks like the cameras did not work this time. I'll get you guys up. But God is good. How's everybody doing today?
God is good, my friend, and with each new episode of CringePony TV brings us a week closer to the launch of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Hello, everybody. My name is Daimlos. I'm your host tonight of Beating a Dead Pony here. We've got, as always with us now, is our friend from Steven's Magic Castle, Steven himself.
Hello, how you
say hi to
doing
the
there,
people.
folks?
Thanks. Appreciate it. Sorry to... We'll work this out in future episodes. It's fine. And then, of course, with us, the king of cringe himself, the vengeful paladin of Pantheon, the Nathan NAPALM.
What's up?
Nathan, say hi to the people.
What's up, everybody?
It wouldn't be an episode of Beating a Dead Pony in the year 2023 without some technical difficulties. So
Yeah,
we're getting some cameras back up, and we'll get that going. So if you are new to Beating a Dead Pony, this is an episode of or a show that we do that allows us to talk about the week that is in the internet world and MMOs. Of course, we like to react to CringePony as well. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the week coming up and what's going on. And please, if you guys have any questions, you are more than welcome to reach out to me. You just type my name in there, and I will read your question to either Steven or Nathan, and they will do their best to answer it honestly and in a somewhat timely manner. We tend to go really late when your questions are really good. So, the more you ask, the more we will have the Beating the Dead Pony. So, well, let's jump right in. We are in episode 20. Episode 20, first episode of 2023. You guys feeling good to be back?
I'm feeling great about it, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Epic episode, Nathan. Definitely one of your best. Starting out with, as we do, making sure we teach the kids something, doing a little educational, learn how to not be a lemming. So learning to not jump off a cliff.
Right. Important,
I think,
because it's very dangerous to jump off a cliff. It really would hurt.
It is indeed. It is indeed. Where did this just come out of nowhere? What?
It's just kind of like the continuation of don't stab your friends. I just kind of want to keep going with that. But the original inspiration for that was Yo Gabba Gabba, because they have the dumbest had the dumbest lessons on that show. I don't know if you ever had a kid that watched it or if you ever had to deal with it, but it would be like, don't punch your friends in the stomach. Don't punch your friends in the stomach. And my son used to watch it when he was little, and I was like, dude, I'm going to have to make a parody of this.
I have never seen that, but I'm going to have to go back. I mean, that just sounds like valuable lessons that we all need to learn.
Yes. I got the cameras up finally. All right. But yeah. Definitely.
Well done. Well done. Okay. We got Steven on. Hey, wave to the people, Steven. You haven't had camera time yet.
Howdy, folks. I'm finally returned.
It's good to be back in 2013. 2023.
Back in 2013.
I'm a little rusty. It's been like 3 weeks. I'm rusty. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And plus we had the holidays, you know. And listen, we got a problem on CringePony though. We got a big problem, dude. Oh boy. So the plot line for MMO Cop is way behind, right? So
yeah.
It's going to be hard to get to the finale for MMO Cop at this point because the episodes are really hard to make and it keeps getting delayed. So I after I finished the episode today, I decided that I'm so far behind that I'm happy to announce that next week will be a full episode of MMO Cop. It will be nothing but MMO Cop from beginning to end. Well, the bonus. The bonus won't be MMO Cop, and there'll be commercials. But, like, besides that, it's going to be MMO Cop episode, because I got to get caught up on the story so we can make it to that epic conclusion that me and Steve came up with, because I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Excellent. I know the people are going to be very happy about that one, especially Preston out there. He's a big MMO Cop fan.
Yeah,
so,
MMO Cop's
this is
been
great
denied.
news.
Yeah.
He has. He truly has. So, well, excellent. That's fantastic news. I need a lot of mullets in my life. I have been in mullet. I've just been lacking mullet.
Deprivation.
So,
it's called mullet deprivation. Yeah. It's a very serious condition. I will let you know that in the one song I did tonight, where I had the blonde wig on, that was a mullet wig. It was just turned backwards. Just so you know, you did technically get a little bit of mullet.
Okay, I'm feeling better. My heart is starting to calm down. We're back in full mullet. Okay, we're good. So I thought this episode was really good. It just kept stepping up. Like it started strong and it kept going. I thought your New Year's resolution, I didn't know where it was going to go, and then it just kicked off. It just kicked off the whole episode like a rocket. I thought community matters. #, community matters.
Yeah, I like how he yells at us like community matters. As he's being devoured by the god.
Dude, I was dying.
That was not the original plot line I had written down for that. It was supposed to just be a big joke on how you make all these resolutions and then by the next day or not even that long, like nobody cares anymore. That was going to be the original kind of joke behind it. But as I was editing it, I just went with my gut and I was like, no, I'm going to make it to where he summons a god to try to make Alpha happen for Pantheon.
Well, Preston did ask, did you actually give up your soul for Alpha?
No, I did not.
It's coming. You're not going to need to give up your soul for that.
Don't tell Visionary Rounds. I want them to feel obligated, so don't tell them.
Yeah. I mean, we're looking good. We are having monthly testing. We're going to be in there at the end of the month, so it's going to be very exciting. It has to be. It has to be here real soon. So I know all those Alpha people are itching to get in.
Yeah, I feel like that if Alpha was an old man, we would feel his hairy legs by now. You know what I mean? Like we'd feel the hair tickling us.
For sure.
That's how close I think we are.
We definitely got invited down to the basement for some popsicles.
Yes, indeed. You know what? Carl had a really good idea there. Maybe I should call the next episode MMO Cop the movie. Maybe I should.
Oh,
that's a good idea.
Yes.
Look, that's a great idea, Carl. Consider it done. We'll call it MMO Cop the movie.
This is why we do the show. It spawns the next couple episodes and where we're going. No, that sounds great. So, well, we're talking about New Year's resolutions. We're talking about maybe doing some exercise with Donnie Doodles and Our good friend Cannibal Dad made an epic appearance tonight.
He did a little chewing. He did a little chewing on Donnie Doodle's leg. I think he got his butt a couple of times when he was doing the push-ups on the wall too. So
you do like to flex for the camera, don't you, Nathan?
Listen, my wife picks the angles. I did not ask her to get that angle. I just said I'm going to pooch my butt out when I do this, and so she got real low for the angle.
I think it was the perfect angle. If there was smell-o-vision, we'd all be in trouble.
Yeah, you would, because I stayed up all night last night working on CringePony, and I'm a day overdue on a shower, so it probably would be pretty rank.
That is the first-hand information you get here, people. Right here, right now, Nathan needs a shower.
I need a shower. It's true.
Oh, but did you guys set any resolutions this year?
Didn't any?
Like for reals, any resolutions for reals?
Yeah, I did.
I don't really do that.
You want to share with the group, or is it personal?
I mean, it's personal, but I'll still share it. So ever since the pandemic happened, right, I put on a bunch of weight, and I'm gonna try to get rid of that weight that I put on for the pandemic. Finally.
Good for you, buddy. Good for you. I need to do the same. I didn't set a resolution this year, but
you know what? I'm going to set the same one.
Certainly something on my list.
I don't normally set a resolution. I'm going to set the same because I've gained a lot of weight too since I went full time. Like, it's crazy how sitting on your butt playing video games all day, like it's rough, man. So I'm going to set a resolution too, and I'll go ahead and announce it on CringePony because it involves CringePony. There's a hilarious new sponsorship coming. And they specifically, I'm not even joking you, they specifically asked for Donnie Doodles to do the commercials. So there is an exercise something, not allowed to say the brand yet until all the ink dries, but there's an exercise professional something that they want a sponsorship. And here's what's funny, like CringePony TV is like not that popular on my channel, so it's like my least popular thing. And then I would say Donnie Doodles is the least popular character on here. Maybe Barefoot. Maybe he's lower than Donnie Doodles. It's so odd for them to be like, yes, that guy has to represent our equipment.
I mean, I think it's, isn't that what the kids want? The kids want the cringe, right?
I guess. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. I don't know.
Well, maybe we need to have a beating a dead pony weight loss competition between the three of us.
So maybe I can use that to actually for real lose weight, you know?
That's the way to go. You want some before and after, you can use your before posts of the show and then, you know, do some real commercials for them, and that's your after. It could work.
Yeah.
But I think Donnie Doodles, as you can see right now, said it, you know, he's got the best workout as you can do. You know, you're losing an entire foot. You know, that's a solid 5 to 10 pounds for some people. Yeah. Maybe, you know, get some of that ankle out too, get that ankle weight gone. Yeah, you're good to go.
From the pain and like you could see his leg was like doing some spasms there as he was getting gnawed on. Like, dude, that's a pretty good workout, I would say. It's full body. I think that's a full body workout.
I completely agree. And you know, you're down, you know, 10 pounds right off the bat. So, you know, let's
just from the foot.
Need to talk to Exactly. Maybe we need to talk to Cannibal Dad about a weight loss plan. All right. Well, another question in the audience was talking about lyrics of our epic song battle. My very first time on the cringe side of it, the CringePony side of this wonderful hour that we do here. So thank you so much for asking me to do this. This was a lot of fun. Earlier, a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when Eden came out, you know, we wanted to see. We polled the audience. We pulled the community to see what realm we wanted to play, and you know, unfortunately, Midgard quickly edged it, or you know, just barely scooped out a win.
And when I made the call, it was by like 1 vote or something, maybe 2, like not many.
It's crazy. So. So you know, Midgard won the real battle, but I guess we're gonna see now.
I think I'm gonna be honest. I think Hibernia won that one. I gotta say, like, I didn't know that until I was editing it and putting it together, and I was like, yeah, dude, I got smoked. That almost smoked me.
Man, I tell you what, I was talking to you a little earlier this week and just talking about, being creative and things like that. And so Sparrow brought up a question of who wrote the lyrics for the duet. And I will be 100% honest with you. It was Nathan. This was the craziest thing. So a little insight into Nathan's mind here. So I sent him a text. I'm like, hey, it's the new year. We need to get working on this if we're going to have it on the 7th. Because I'm not a very good musician. I'm just a singer. So we want to make sure we have lots of time for me to be able to record and do all this. And so, Nathan, he's like, I'll get on it. And then like within 10 minutes, this guy, Nathan, has 3 verses of lyrics, all rhyming, and here's the song right here. And this is what you sing it to. And it's just like, how did you come up with just within 10 minutes, you had all of that written? I made a couple, just very minimal tweaks to make it fit the melody. But ultimately, you just cranked out this whole song within like 15 minutes. It was crazy. Can you let me in on a little bit of that magic?
I think it's just, honestly, me and Steve just done stuff like this for so long that if you give me an idea, I can just... Me or Steve, we can just do it real quick.
Years of practice.
Yeah, we just go. Just done. So, like, that's pretty much how the whole CringePony TV works. I'll have, like, a general idea. Sometimes I'll think of, like, okay, I would like this character to get to this point by the end of the season. But then, like this time, like, we had all the flooding in the house and all that. So, like, I literally didn't start working on Cringe this entire episode until last night at, like, midnight. And so everything you saw today was done between midnight last night and just now, besides the cartoons. Cartoons me and Steve made years ago. But yeah, that's just kind of the way it is. I don't know. And you can do the same thing to Steve. You can sometimes with Steve, you don't even need an idea. I need to at least get an idea, right? Sometimes you just go to Steve and be like, hey man, let's something funny. And he'll just be like, all right. And he'll just make it up. And let's there on the spot without even a spark of an idea.
Man, that's just very impressive to me. Like, just being able to knock that out in a matter of no time at all. I just felt like, you made me feel very confident about the song and where we were going with it, and that you had a really quality idea and we're running with it. And I just recorded myself. I really did a load of nothing other than sing and record myself do this. Nathan put the rest of it together. It's 100% his baby. I just happened to be in it. So,
but I will say,
Nathan, I really appreciate it, man. It was awesome.
But I will say that you have some really good facial expressions in that. Like that really took over. And I'll tell you something else that'll be funny to you is that, like, when you sent it to me, the first thing I whispered to myself when I saw the file was like, "What the hell is a stanza?" It's like George Costanza. I don't know what that even is.
Oh, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. Well, you figured it out. So, and you put it all together, and it was so fun. That was my first time watching it. Was the first time everybody got to watch it. So, I was just as laughing and surprised as all the rest of you. I thought it was great. So,
and I really appreciate that. There's a little Easter egg in that video too, because as everybody knows, Dark Age Camelot is not just 2 realms; it's 3 realms.
Yeah.
And so, since Albion didn't get to represent themselves, they're playing in the video the whole time in the background. That's all Albion. There's no Midgard, no Hibernia in the background. It is pure Albion in the background. So everybody technically got represented in this video.
That's
good.
Man.
That's I wish I would have sang as Albion
you
now. Like watching as a spectator.
We can do another one. We can always do it again.
We'll plug you in. No problem.
Dude, I would be down.
That would be fun. I'd all for that. So, speaking of Albion, kind of a little twist into, weekly stuff. Hopefully, I'm really excited for the server for the old classic server to come out. Yeah. You said you're going to play Albion in that. So, yeah, I need your help. What class should I be playing in Albion?
What's your favorite class in Hibernia again?
So I'm playing the Warden right now.
You know what? That's not going to help me, actually. I don't know much about Hibernia.
Fair enough.
What's your favorite class in EverQuest?
That's a great question. Let's say Ooh. I like DPS, so let's just say I would rather be like a DPS or rogue sort of type.
Okay, so there are two options for rogues in Albion. There's the Infiltrator, and I think the other one is actually just called. Let me look it up. Infiltrator and what is he called? The Minstrel is a bard that can do some stealth, which is really interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's actually decent at stealth. But the Scout, that's what I was trying to think of. The Scout is the most roguish, if I remember correctly.
Does the bard need his instrument to play his songs?
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, they do.
You should play as an Inkanu.
What is that?
They're the
It's one of
little
the
race.
races.
They're the little race for Albion. They're not that little though. They're about the size of a kobold. They're
these little blue guys.
Yeah, they're crazy. They look like aliens. I don't know where they got that race from.
They're supposed to be from under the ground.
Yeah, they came from. They're what brought Necros to. So when Shrouded Isles came out, Necro was the new race for Albion, and the Ikanus were the ones doing it, and they were banned from Camelot because necromancy's not allowed, and so they skirted the rules. They're in Camelot City, but it's an underground underneath it. So
they're from the Shrouded Isles.
Cool.
Yeah, from the Shrouded Isles. Yeah.
All right, we had another great question. I just had to interrupt for this one because it's a really good one. So Sparrow wants to know who all of our favorite characters on CringePony are. I'll go first. I'll let you guys think because mine's easy. I love Cannibal Dad. That's my absolute favorite character. He makes me laugh every time. I know, ones like MMO Cop are more over the top, but I really like the classic, wholesome sort of comedy, opposite of the wholesome side of things. I think it pairs really well and it makes me laugh every time. Steven, hit it.
This is a really hard one to answer because there's so many good ones. But I think this is a kind of an obscure one. But I think that I don't know. This guy just popped into my head as soon as you said it, so I'm gonna just go with it. The Commissioner from MMO Cop.
That is the most Steven answer you could give.
I was not expecting that.
The Commissioner rules. There's some hilarious about it.
Dude, what's funny about the Commissioner, dude, is now I can actually, because he was just stock footage, you know what I mean? Just obviously, so I could just have another actor, it didn't even match his mouth, what he was saying or nothing. But what's funny about the Commissioner is now I can actually make him talk, because I've got that artificial thing now, where I'm paying monthly, where I can make him move and talk and do what I want him to do. It's hilarious. It looks so hilarious, dude. He's a real character now.
Yes.
You guys will find out next week on MMO Cop the movie.
I also like Plant Man. Just wanted to say. I had to give a shout out to Plant Man.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, man, it's hard for me to say, but
they're all your babies.
I love Plant Man to death, and he's kind of my favorite to do because he's the most outrageous to go outside and dance and stuff. But I got to go with MMO Cop. MMO Cop is just such a perfect. That's like the
he's definitely on your mind right now.
MMO Cop's the epitome of my humor. He really is. That's exactly my favorite kind of humor. Is everything the MMO Cop is. But
MMO Cop is hilarious.
Also gonna give a shout out to Timmy.
You can't go wrong with mullets.
Little Timmy's he's climbing the ranks lately.
Little Timmy.
Little Timmy.
I really felt like I was watching The True Story of Tiny Tim, the musical.
The True Story?
Yeah, Tiny Tim from the Christmas Carol.
There's the actor, or there was a real person?
No, that's the character. The guy, remember Bob Cratchit's son's kid, Tiny Tim, is all injured and sickly. And then he, when the Ghost of Christmas Future comes to Scrooge, Tiny Tim is dead in the future. Because it's all Scrooge's fault. Tiny Tim.
Fair enough.
Dude,
it's a good episode last
We're lucky that
year.
the ghosts of MMO past don't come to our bedside. That'd be bad.
Dude, that should happen next Christmas.
I wanted to do it, I just didn't have time.
We got to do that one.
There would be like all these MMOs I don't like waiting at my bedside. They take me back to the game. And like,
dude, we got to do like a whole shebang. Dude, maybe we should do a whole movie that's like a Scrooge cringe movie.
Oh my god, dude! If CringePony ever gets like big, right? Like it actually gets like really big, you know?
Yeah.
Which it probably won't, but if it does,
more than our tens and tens of viewers.
dude, we're gonna make movies out of all of everybody's favorite characters, like full fledged, like like high budget. Well, high compared to now. High compared to
budget.
now. Higher than $10.
Upwards of $30.
You'll spend hundreds of dollars on the movie.
That's a lot of body parts you can put in the
That's right.
freezer for Cannibal Dad.
Yeah.
Like,
What are you going to give the commissioner his whole movie?
Dude, do you know how embarrassing it is? Like, our house is really bizarre mainly because of CringePony, right? Like, we actually really did have a closet. If you guys remember at the end of the last season, when the cop comes to Cannibal Dad's house, he opens up the cabinet and there's, like, skeleton parts in there. We never, like, that. We don't use that. So, like, they were still in there. And, like, we just are used to it. You know, it's, like, no big deal. But, like, it's pretty bizarre. Sometimes I have a bunch of skeleton, like, obviously fake Halloween props, like, all lined out in a hallway closet. We had these construction workers here, and they were, like, checking for water damage. And I saw the guy's face when he opened that cabinet. There's, like, a bunch of obviously fake bones and stuff like that. He was like, oh, okay. And he just went and continued to do his job. It's hilarious how...
You leave my skeletons in the closet alone, you son of a bitch.
Literally, skeletons in the closet.
Yeah, man. We're glad to have you back on the air. I'll be honest with you. The week and a half that you were off, I don't know what I was going to do with myself. I had so much free time, not watching hours of of you streaming. It was I felt empty inside. So I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, I'm glad people welcomed me back because I was afraid. I was like, dude, I've been gone so long. When I come back, they're going to be like, they've already realized they don't need me. They'll be like, well, you know what? My life has improved. I went back to college, get my life in order.
No, we definitely appreciate what you do here, man. You are a great face for the community. You're just a really likable guy, right? Like that's you just got good charisma going about you. So nah, man, it's good stuff.
I put all my points into charisma when I was born.
That's what people tell me. I get away with a lot of things, like I say things and can just get away with saying those things, and that's always my answer. I've got a +5 in charisma. It doesn't mean I have to be pretty to have a +5 in charisma.
Yeah, it doesn't have nothing to do with that sometimes. Like I've pretty much gotten away with a lot that I shouldn't have. It's like growing up and being a young adult, man. We really should have went to jail. Like for real.
We should have.
We always weasel our way out of it.
I did get myself out of some tickets too, so it just is, putting on a little performance, which is exactly what. Yep, exactly right. So you had mentioned my facial expressions. That's what I did, man. Like performance. That's definitely what I do. I really try to ham it up as best I can. Use all your expressions to tell the story. Just standing there singing, well, that's boring.
Yeah.
No one wants to see that. But if I can show some expression of how I feel and how my voice sounds and how put a little grumble in it, stuff like that, really makes all the difference in the world. And it doesn't even take much thought. Like the difference between someone standing on stage and someone putting together a decent performance is literally 15 minutes of thought. I just read the words. Here's what I want to do. Kind of the same thing with the sea shanty, right? Like I just looked at the words and just what can I do during this? And it just enhances it so much more if you can use your whole face. That's a big deal. So there's a little performance tip for you out there, kids.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give everybody a very easy exercise that me and Steve figured out when we were young. We decided to work on our eyebrow muscles. We realized that eyebrows tell a lot of story, right? And they really are real muscles. And if you work them out, you'll start using them more naturally, right? If they're strong, you'll just and eyebrows. Like Steve's really good, dude. Like he's worked his out more than mine. But like,
Let me get some of them flexes, Steve.
he may not be on Asmongold's level, but he's got some pretty good eyebrow muscles. But we were like,
There we go. There we go.
Let's work on it. Yeah.
No, that's a really good idea. Don't wear your glasses, even though, I wore mine in that little performance, but, making sure people can see your eyes, that's very important. So wear contacts, things like that. So I just needed to be able to, see the words on my computer while I was singing them.
Yeah.
Man, great episode. Great episode. Well, like I said, in this episode earlier, we like to transition. We like to talk about the week. You guys started a new MMO this week in MMO Tourist. So, Tree of Savior, another one I've never heard of. Please, I didn't get very much of this in, so I'm going to need to catch up on this one. Can you please just give me the brief synopsis, the TLDR, if you will, of what this game is?
It's an anime Diablo.
Yeah.
That's the best.
So third person?
Yeah, and isometric, but it looks like an old JRPG. Well, like a 32-bit JRPG, maybe. It's if you remember Ragnarok, it's going for that, but currently it's too easy to really feel like that game.
Yeah.
It's like you can breeze through it. You can for free level up to 440. They don't even charge you. Level 440. So
440?
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be something said to hearing, that ding sound 440 times in the game. That's pretty good. That's good marketing, in my opinion.
It feels unreachable, though. Like if you're a new player, you're going to be looking at that like, geez, man, max level's 999. Like,
I think it's one of those games where, like, if ever it shuts down and then somebody opens a private server that's like the classic version of the game, it would be a lot of fun to play with people.
And even as it is now, to be honest, me and Steve said this a bunch of times on the stream. If it was on Switch, I would play it every once in a while. Like, why not? Because I can play it like in bed and whatever. That would be their platform if they wanted to, like, branch out. But
yeah, because it has pretty good controller support, honestly, for what it is.
Yeah, it does. It worked really good with the controller too. Yeah, so it's ready to go. They could do it, and it would also work really good on Switch because the Switch doesn't have any MMOs. It has a DC Online, and that's it.
And Elemental Knights.
Oh yeah, I don't count that.
Yeah, it shouldn't be counted.
That's a piece of crap.
Is it on the wheel?
No,
no,
none of us wanted to.
Somebody's gonna put it on there now.
It's the next one on. We've got an empty spot due to Tree of Savior.
Dude, I gotta say, I tried that Elemental Knights game just because it was an MMOs on Switch. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Dude, I know I talk a lot of crap about F-Word Online and about other games, but dude, those are like AAA MMOs compared to something like that. That game is actual garbage.
You heard it here first. Hot garbage.
Yeah, very bad. Very, very bad. Like, I don't think anybody has fun playing it, actually.
I mean, how many people were on the server? Probably doesn't say, does it?
Because it was on Switch, actually, there was quite a few people. Because of Switch, man. Like, what, they sold like...
They need an MMO home.
They sold like...
Are you talking about Elemental Knights still?
I'm checked out. I can't talk about this shit game anymore.
Yeah, I was talking about Elemental Knights, yeah.
Yeah, when I played it, there was kind of a lot of people on. I was like, weird.
It's because it's the only one, like, that's a fantasy,
And you have to buy the game.
Yeah.
But cheap, no subscription.
It's like super cheap.
No.
It's like, I think I bought it for like $5.
I got it for $1.99.
That might have been what I got it for too, then. I just remember.
How do you support a MMO on $2 selling price point?
Dude, if you played the game, you'd understand. There's not a whole lot of upkeep. There's not a whole lot to worry about.
Well, that sucks. Well, good to know. So I was looking at the poster that you had put out, and I was like, oh, Tree of Savior. Yeah, there are a lot of just RPGs in general that revolve around trees. Have you noticed this?
Yeah,
It's
you
like-
know, it's that
it's
it's that Yggdrasil kind of folklore that they love to tell. And I assume that that's a Japanese folk story, but I really don't know. I've never researched it.
Seems like because it's always in JRPGs all the time.
Yeah,
even
Dragon Quest.
Tales of Symphonia had
Yeah.
that going. It was actually called that in that game.
Yeah, it's called that in Dragon Quest too, right? Am I right?
I
think it
can't
was.
remember, but probably.
I think it was.
Then they got like the Secret of Mana has that tree stuff going
Yep,
on, the
yep.
Tree of Mana
The
and
Tree
all
of
that.
Mana, yeah, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah.
And even
oh, go ahead, sorry, Nathan. one more.
Xenoblade even has. I don't, It may not be called Yggdrasil, but like like the whole story of the tree, and each leaf represents a person, and when they die, the leaf falls off and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I love the symbology behind it.
I love it. We had a lot of great answers out there. So that was the question that made me think of this. So, what is your favorite RPG that involves a tree? And so I will give you some time. I have thought about this question, so I already.
I
have my
already know.
answer.
I already know. Yeah, took me a
Well,
second.
you're second, Nathan. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah.
So my favorite game is an old PlayStation game called Legend of Legaia. Did you guys ever play that one?
Yep, that was a good
I
one, dude.
played it.
That was a good game.
I loved this game because it was so different from just your normal, here's what I do this turn. I either cast a spell or I do a healing pot or, whatever. This one, you put in combinations of moves. You had your three dudes, your typical three guys on your team, and they all kind of did some martial arts stuff. And you would do these combos. You'd put in like up, down, left, right, all that stuff. And depending on what combination of moves you did, it would then generate like extra moves. So you'd have to plug in what special move you'd want to do that turn, and then he'd execute the move or she would execute the move and lay on powers. And so the part of that game, you had to go from town to town. The mist, this evil mist was taking over the world, and you had to go from town to town, waking up all the dead Legaia trees across the nation. And so as you woke them up, it then pushed the mist away. Really, really cool game. And so anytime you're in the mist, that's when the wild spawns can happen at any time. So yeah, that's my favorite game. I love that game so much.
That's a good one.
Nathan.
Somebody's going to argue that this isn't really an RPG. I'm going to tell whoever says that, you're wrong. Okay? You're wrong. It is. I'm going to go with the tree, okay? And a series or whatever, right? Like, because I could name one that did the plot had to do with tree, but I'm going to go with the series where that's a major staple in it. And I'm going with Legend of Zelda, man. The Deku Tree, dude. I freaking get so excited every time I see the Deku Tree. And I would say that he wasn't important until Ocarina of Time. And then they started making him a recurring character, and now he's super linked to the Master Sword. So I love the Deku Tree, dude. I get super hyped on a new Zelda when I get to the Deku Tree.
Is there people really out there trying to argue Zelda's not an RPG?
Well, yeah, a lot of people, every time I've ever said, like, we'll be talking RPGs, or I've even made lists on my channel and mentioned Zelda, and they'll be like, that's not really an RPG. Bro, yeah, it is. Like, I understand why people say it, because it's a weird way of, like, getting hearts and getting extra HP and etc. But dude, still
horizontal leveling is still leveling.
Yeah, and you're still role-playing Link, and it's a progression type game, and it's totally.
To me, it's like the OG action RPG,
without a doubt.
Mm-hmm. And what's crazy about Zelda? What's crazy about that is the whole point of it being created was just to try to capture the spirit of being young and just exploring and finding random caves and stuff. Like, that's what Zelda's supposed to be all about. Like, that's what it was created to be, which is super cool.
That is cool.
Because I remember we didn't have no caves where I lived.
I love how, like, all these old games have these backstories like that. Like,
yeah.
It reminded me of how, like, Pokemon, the guy who created Pokemon, was, like, really into collecting bugs as a kid and wanted to make that game.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Good point. Good point.
We didn't have caves
Steve?
where I lived, so we would, like, explore people's basements. We really did. Really did.
We just, breaking and entering, still. Just
Lots of Pokemon down there.
exploration, though.
It'd be like family members. But, when I was a kid, I don't know why, nobody in my family had a finished basement for some weird reason. And the kids weren't allowed into the basement for some reason. So we would have to sneak down there and it'd be like an adventure because there actually was danger. We'd get our, back in the 80s, dude, there wasn't all this child protection stuff. They'd beat your ass if you got in trouble,
Damn straight they would. And plus, back in the 80s, dude, we were also afraid the devil worshippers were everywhere.
Yeah, dude. I was terrified because I had blonde hair and the blue eyes, and that was the thing that supposedly the Satanists wanted the blonde hair and the blue eyed. And, dude, we were terrified of Satan worshippers when I was a kid. Like, if we saw
we watched that movie, Mazes and Monsters,
Dude, I know that the message of that movie is bad, but I feel like it's so cheesy that, like, I do recommend watching that movie. It's got Tom Hanks.
It's hilarious.
I get it that it's an anti-D&D, and I love D&D, but, like, come on. If you fall for that, if you watch Mazes and Monsters like, that's it, I'm banning D&D, then you got bigger problems than D&D.
It's like Reefer Madness.
Yeah, Reefer Madness, dude. I loved when they remade it, but actually did it as like a musical comedy.
Yeah, that was actually funny.
That was awesome.
That actually was funny. Okay, my tree game. I'm actually going to go with Secret of Mana. It was the first game I ever played where there was like a big tree like that involved that really like impacted me as a gamer.
Dude, I still haven't beat that
Classic
game.
choice.
Ever.
Dude, the best thing to do, if you can find somebody who'll do it with you, get Secret of Mana and play through the whole game on 2 or even 3 players.
They need to release it on the Super Nintendo for the Switch.
Is it really not on there?
No, that'd be an awesome game to play that way. I could play with one of my kids or something.
Yeah, I've got it on the...
You sure it's not on the online?
The SNES Classic.
Yeah, it's not, dude.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that to come to that for years. Well... I don't think it's been around for years, but since they've...
But you can get that Secret of Mana collection on the Switch that has it on it.
Does it have the original though, dude? I do not
yes, it
like
does.
that remake.
It's only the originals. It has the original, it has the original Trials of Mana, and it has Final Fantasy Adventure on it.
Dude, I loved Adventure. I did play that one. That was a good one.
Even the remake of that game was awesome, though. I'll say they remade it on the Game Boy Advance. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's how I played it. Actually, that is how.
Yeah, the Game Boy version is what comes in the Mana collection.
And you
can get pretty cheap now, I think.
I remember a time where this is really weird, but for some reason I would get grounded from my Nintendo, but I wouldn't get grounded from my Game Boy. So
that would happen to me too.
So weird, like what?
What?
But yeah, it happened all the time. So I remember, like, I would have money. I'd save up some money for doing whatever to get some money, and that may sound like I did something nefarious. I would like do chores for the family members or whatever, and I would buy Game Boy games specifically because I was grounded so much, which I deserved it. But the Game Boy, I bought a lot of, and I remember Final Fantasy Legends 1 and 2.
There was also a third one.
But I wasn't grounded. But I was thinking, like, maybe I should, because I'm going to get grounded I might get grounded today. Like, it's any minute. I already done a bunch of things, and all they have to do is find out about them, right? So I remember I was thinking it, but I didn't do it. I bought some Nintendo game. I don't even remember what it was. And I regretted it, too, because I got grounded, like, immediately.
Son of a gun.
I can't believe you just bought that Nintendo game. You're grounded.
That's my memory of Legends.
Did you know that you can get the Final Fantasy Legend game trilogy on the Switch now too?
You can get the
really?
You can get what trilogy?
The Final Fantasy Legends trilogy that was on the Game Boys.
I did know that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't realize back then that those were actually the first Saga games.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty wild.
That remake of the first one was really good. Where he stars like a gladiator. That's the first one, I think.
Oh yeah.
That was cool. On the
that's Final Fantasy Adventure. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Adventure.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Adventure. It was so good because when I first played that game, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like. I didn't really know how to describe it because it wasn't like the other Final Fantasies. It was almost more like a Zelda gameplay, but still like more of a Final Fantasy story kind of in a way. There's like even airships in it and stuff.
Dimos, are you hyped for Final Fantasy 16, by the way?
Good game.
How you feeling?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm in.
Oh, I'm
So
pumped
excited,
about it.
dude. So excited. That's probably my most. So there's a new Zelda game coming out this year. Zelda's my favorite franchise for
Tears
consoles.
of the Kingdom.
This is a huge year for games.
It really
there's
is,
all
dude.
kinds of stuff coming out.
Dude,
RPG wise, just in
There's
that
so
genre
many.
alone.
Dude, there's so many RPGs coming out. It's crazy. But to be honest, a Zelda game and a Final Fantasy game in the same year, that's like hitting the lottery. Like the stars aligned for that to happen. If Zelda comes out this year, because I still know Nintendo, and they would much rather release it for the Switch and for their new console. They would love to do that because it prints money.
It definitely does. But we are what, T-minus 4 months away from Zelda?
Yeah,
It's
maybe
April, right?
Maybe.
April or May.
There's been very few updates, so I'm worried. I'm not.
They could always push it back. They could do it.
I really think they
true.
will. Nintendo's huge on that. Like, hey, game's not perfect, not coming out. You know,
Dude, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I swear that got pushed back like for 2 years straight before it came out.
yeah, dude. And
we
it
can't have
launched
that.
during COVID,
Yeah.
which was perfect for me because I was actually.
Yeah, me too. They made it to where I could just play it nonstop.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like totally just skipping work, just like answering my phone and playing Final Fantasy. Totally did that. Just pretended.
The
like
truth
I was at
comes
work.
out. I love this show so much.
But it was during COVID, so it was kind of acceptable at that time.
Sure,
It's
sure,
kind of
I guess.
acceptable to not go out.
Yeah, we were like
There's a lot
shut
of
down. So I was just like sitting at home doing nothing but playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. I was going so hard on that game.
So will it be like that remake? Will it be pretty action heavy?
16?
Yeah.
I do think that this one is going to be a lot more action than what we've seen in previous mainline Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, they've gotten
That's what
good.
it seems
at,
like to me.
I feel like they gotten good at
Scares me a
blurring the
little bit.
line, though. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake, it was action, but it still had the menu, and it
The
felt
remake, yeah.
it felt good. I don't know. It
I
felt-
liked it a lot,
yeah.
actually.
So I'm hoping they go in that kind of direction. I did see an interesting interview about that topic recently, though, where Yoshi P, who's directing Final Fantasy 16, and he did the story and stuff and directed Final Fantasy 14. Guy's a freaking genius, so I'm really glad he's doing it. But he said that they could not return to turn-based for the mainline
Yeah.
Final Fantasy because
I read that, yeah.
the kind of realism and the cinematic style they're going for. He said they've tried it and it's really jarring to suddenly be in turn-based combat. Which
That makes sense.
Lost Odyssey, I gotta admit, in retrospect, was kind of weird. Blue Dragon, made by the same, guy, different team, but same guy, didn't feel weird. But it was like Chrono Trigger looking. But then same team made Lost Odyssey for the Xbox, and it was more realistic. And it did feel kind of weird going into turn-based, to be honest. And I love turn-based. I would have preferred over anything.
Yep, that's absolutely what I like to play the most. So I love all those old school games that are like $5 that are all brand new.
Final Fantasy 16, I think it was in that same article, it was saying that, because I guess in this game there's parts where like you actually control like the icons or whatever, like almost like you're fighting in like a giant mech suit, sort of, I guess. But apparently
Okay.
every single one of those fights are completely different play styles they're all completely different apparently, which is interesting.
And you can guarantee the story's going to be a banger, dude. Because
Oh,
Yoshi
yeah,
P,
dude.
Like, that's one thing that is undeniable, is that Final Fantasy 14, I do think there's too much talking for me at my age, but it doesn't matter because I'll sit through it because the story's freaking phenomenal. Dude, Square Enix is so lucky to have him because I really think they would have continued a downward spiral if they wouldn't have grabbed him and put him in the right position of
man.
leadership.
We can't lose Final Fantasy. That's like
That would hurt
the
my
pillar.
feelings, dude. That was
For
my
sure.
first RPG ever. I got Zelda and Final Fantasy on the same day. My dad just brought them home. I was like, hey, I heard these were cool. Picked
And
up.
here we are now, 30 some odd years later, and we're about to get it again.
Yeah, and the same
Yeah.
almost the same time, yeah.
Question, Preston. Yes, Eternal Sonata, absolutely have. If you actually look very closely at my little picture that I've got in Discord and YouTube and all that stuff, the guitar that my bard is carrying is very, very similar to the guitar that the bard in Eternal Sonata plays.
Chopin, the RPG.
That was good,
dude.
I loved it.
That was cool. What a good idea.
Oh, that's I'm thinking of a completely different game. Is that what Eternal Sonata is?
Yeah, remember?
Yeah, it's like this game with your Chopin.
Yeah. Okay, so I have also played that game too. Sorry. Imperial Fantasia is the game that my bard is from.
That's a cool game too.
Very close similar names.
Very close.
Yeah. No, Eternal Sonata, that game is awesome. They had one of the coolest healing things in that game. Did you use the gal who was the range to use the bow, where you had to like throw your hands up, and actually aim the bow yourself?
Yes.
She had a heal arrow that could launch out, and no matter where were you at in the zone, it would still hit you with that heal. She was the best character in that whole game, and I played through that game 3 different times with 3 different buddies, because it was something that you could play with a friend. Remember, you could set multiple people to play your characters.
Into Eternal Sonata, you could do that?
Yep.
Weird. It was like a local co-op type thing?
Yep, exactly right.
I didn't know about the co-op.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know about the co-op.
Yeah.
Dude, they should re-release that game.
Such a great game, and the music. I mean, dude, Chopin is #1 piano guy. #1.
Oh yeah, dude. That's the game how I learned how to pronounce coup de grace.
Excellent. Yes.
Oh, you know what? I
remember that one guy would do the attack all the time. He'd be like, coup de grace.
You know what? I've heard it's pronounced correctly, but every time I've read it, I've never said it out loud because I didn't know how to say it. And I always be like, I wonder how you really say that.
It's a weird spelling for sure. I mean, French,
Coupe
well, it's funny because I have a burger challenge at my restaurant, and I named the burger the coup de grace because it means like the finishing move. Yeah. So like, always customers will order it and be like, "Let me get that coupe de grace." Every time.
So since I can't go a moment, after talking about Chopin without mentioning this little anime, do you guys ever watch anime on Netflix? I know it's kind of
I do sometimes.
Yeah.
They put out an anime called Forest of Piano. You guys seen this?
I know what you're talking about. I haven't actually watched it, but I have definitely seen it on there a million times.
I tell you what, if you need something, that's kind of uplifting, it's 2 seasons long. They're little half hour episodes. The first season is better than the second season as far as like budget goes. They do this beautiful animation of someone actually playing the Chopin pieces, and like you get to see the individual fingers playing the real keys.
Oh wow!
Only it's animated. It is stellar, and the story is it's just so heart-wrenching, but also uplifting. It's this, it's kind of a coming of age story, and it's about a kid who, is not the most popular kid in class, and his mom's a whore, and he's kind of living a rough life, and so where it goes into the future. He goes to college and all that stuff, and it's super good. So if you want to listen to a lot of really, really great piano music and watch a dope anime, Forest of Piano. No action whatsoever. It's strictly music.
That's cool.
Oh, cool.
It kind of reminds me. Have you seen that anime called Your Lie in April?
Is that on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's all about. It's very music. Like the guy plays piano, and then the chick in the storyline is a violinist, and
but she's dying, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely have seen this. It's very similar.
It's sad, but it's very good. And
that one ends really sad. You're right, exactly. But it's very similar to that kind of style. I think you should watch.
Check out the Forest of Piano.
Forest of Piano. You'll love it. It's not your typical hero anime. I'm much, I like the hero anime stuff, but I also like anime that's a little more like real life. I know that's
Me
kinda
too.
weird, but-
Me too. I do that slice of life. That's what they call it. Slice
Yes.
of life.
Gotta have
Yes.
that, yeah. Helps you relate.
It's becoming
Helps you
some of my
relate.
favorite. So let's see. Okay, so we've gone way long. It's already 12:30. So.
Yeah, we better get going. I gotta go to work tomorrow, y'all.
I mean, yeah, me too. So, a couple other things. Playing some DAOC, of course. Please feel free to jump on Midgard. Nathan's got a guild there. He's just hit level 50, so if you need a power level, hit him up.
It's true. I hit 50, baby. And also, if you're more interested in Hibernia, then Daimlos and Drac and the Pantheon Plus team have a guild on Eden on Hibernia. So you've at least got those two options. And if you're an Albion,
Monday night.
just hang tight because I'll start a guild when the classic server starts on Albion.
And I will join you for that. I 100% will definitely join you for that.
It's going to be super cool, unless they ruin it, which they might.
I mean, there's always a good chance. They ruined it the first time it came out. That's
Yes.
why I stopped playing it.
Indeed. Indeed.
Steven, are you going to come join us? Join us in Albion?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
I'm going to drag you. You know what? That's it. I'm just
I
going to
always want to do these things, but the business keeps me so busy. You know what I mean?
For sure. That's fine. We can keep you going. You know, we'll just log into your account and level you up while you're away, and then you can come join us for some RVR shit, you know?
What was
It's like
that?
every.
What was the? We made an agreement, and I can't remember now, Steve. I think we did on the show. What was the age where we said, "Hey, screw it"?
Oh shoot! What was that age?
I forgot.
It was an old age.
It was pretty old. I don't
Man,
remember.
I can't
I'm not,
remember now.
I'm not being facetious. I really don't remember. I'll have to go back.
I don't either. I forgot what age we said. It's been so long since that episode.
I'll tell you what. You want to talk about some CringePony? Let me and Steve live under the same roof.
Oh my gosh, it would be getting crazy.
That's the first thing that the money goes to. When CringePony gets famous, we reunite you two under the same roof.
That's right.
I need to figure out if I can make some time, like maybe this summer or something, to come up to where you are.
Yeah,
we could do a bunch of stuff.
We'll be down your way for sure. So we'll have to plan a video so we can make a video while we're together.
Yeah.
Bringing it back.
Just not a sequel to Urethra. Time travel.
Yeah.
But you can still use time traveling urethras.
Yes.
You don't show it, or you just
Right.
use it, you know,
Right.
and it goes unexplained. How
You
did they time travel? You don't know? Didn't you see the
What, you don't know the lore?
You don't know
You do not know the
Come
cringe
on.
lore? Ask Theric, he knows.
Maybe one day Cringe Pony will be so big that we'll have to release like a Cringe Pony encyclopedia or something.
Oh, that sounds great.
know-
That's how we make our millions here.
There actually is a hole in the lore to Once When I Was a Little Kid. Because if you remember, his mom died when he was 3. And remember, he brought the blow-up doll to school because he thought that was his mom because his dad said that it was his mom. So I'm bringing your mom to
so
school
fucked up.
day.
I love it so much.
He brought the blow-up doll. Well, then in tonight's episode, his mom takes him to the doctor.
Yeah. I like
She's a
as one of
different
the
woman, too,
creators
if you look at the
that
cartoon.
character. She's a different woman?
Yeah, if you look at the original cartoon, she's blonde hair. It's a totally different woman.
Well, maybe it was actually his stepmom.
His dad finally, after... you know what it was, dude? I just realized. The teacher threw the blow-up doll away, and his dad was like, oh, well, I gotta get married now. I lost my doll.
Maybe that's what happened then. You're right.
That's what happened.
Maybe we even
We'll have to
wrote
go
it
back.
like that. Who knows? I don't remember. But we could have. We could have.
Encyclopedia Cringe.
You know, it was funny because I can remember. I sort of forgot, but I remembered when I watched that again tonight. I can remember when we were writing that cartoon, and I can remember saying stuff like, "Okay, and then we're gonna make it to where the butthole's then rolling down the street and goes down into the sewer."
Yes.
So absurd.
No, I do have to tell because that is based on a true story, but nothing that happened to us. Okay, we had a teacher in high school who would tell the story all the time. about how her butthole fell off in like a Piggly Wiggly or something and rolled
Yeah,
across
like
the aisle.
what was she talking about,
I don't
man? That
know.
can't even happen, I don't think.
I don't know, but she told that it was a not a step teacher. What are they called?
Substitute.
Called a step teacher. Yeah, it was a substitute teacher, and she would tell a story all the time about how her butthole fell off in a local grocery store.
Like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, because I
I
know
can't believe that someone would think that this is okay to tell in a classroom. Are you
to
kidding?
kids. But I remember
Yeah.
I'd be watching her pants to see if maybe it might happen. Because I just want to know, what does it look like when a butthole falls off, you know? Like, I want to see exactly.
Yeah,
It's
like,
just
what the heck?
pure sphincter. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, let's try to wrap this thing up. Steven, anything going on in your neck of the woods?
Well, I've been gone for like the past couple weeks on vacations, so I haven't been really doing a whole lot on YouTube or anything really. But I'm about to start getting back in the groove over on my channel, so that will be coming hopefully soon.
Sweet. Yeah, welcome back. You know, from the holidays, it's a big thing. So no, take all the time you need. We'll be here. Nathan, anything exciting for you? Maybe in the works at all?
MMO Cop the movie, baby, next Saturday. That's the big one. A whole episode.
Yeah,
of
I guess
MMO
we
Cop.
did spoil that. We should have waited till the end, but then I guess
Yeah.
The after party, the after party, the MMO Cop after party is going to be live streamed from Taco Bell.
That'd be
Oh,
perfect.
shit.
That'd be perfect.
Get
We're
your
all at
fucking
Taco
mullets
Bell's.
ready.
I'm gonna come
We all
on the
have
show.
to
Go buy a
Taco Bell's.
mullet.
I'm gonna come on the show still in costume for that episode, I believe.
Perfect.
I can't role play
I-
MMO Cop because he's like a one-liner kind of guy, you know? Like, he can't really have a full conversation. He just kind of spits out lines. So, it wouldn't be a very fun, but I would at least dress like him. It'll be cosplay.
Maybe we'll have the audience like say their favorite MMO Cop lines, and you'll have to do it in character. Or something. That could be fun.
Yeah, that could be fun.
All right, my friends. Nathan, please, as you do, take this home.
What?
End the show.
Get us out of here.
All right, well, guys, I really appreciate everybody. Thank you all so very much. I'll be streaming all week. I'm still going to be on nights only for a little bit longer. They're supposed to start the reconstruction Monday, so hopefully that's nice and speedy. The damage, because we got them out here so quick, wasn't as bad as it would have been. So hopefully they can get everything back in order, and I can get my days back, because for now I just kind of got to... Because I got kids in the house, so I can't just be like, I'm going to go stream while some random strangers are in my house, you know? So I just got to literally sit there downstairs while they're here just because I got kids, you know what I mean?
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And then I don't get to play PlayStation 5 because my son's playing it, so I'll just literally sit there. But I will be doing the night streams, and that'll give me... I can work on MMO Cop while I'm down there, so I'll put in a lot of love and care. It'll be the greatest for me, and for MMO Cops. It's probably gonna be the best episode ever.
Dude, you should secretly film those guys doing the constructions and turn it into a Cannibal Dad skit.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
This is where it all comes. This is why everyone stays up to the end, to get the great ideas.
Yep. But thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Appreciate you guys. We will replay the episode for people who didn't see the whole thing. It's going to play back through with the bonus at the end. And so good night, everybody.
Night, everybody. Thanks so much.
Night, night.